and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Remember, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. Either place. Just make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a live show. And if you want to win something, if you want to hear something, if you want to listen live, wherever you're at, all you got to do is download the 1017 The Truth app in the App Store or Google Play Store. And if you miss anything we're saying, if you miss the open, if you're missing all that, all you got to do is listen back after the show's over anytime on 1017 The Truth app, Apple Podcasts, and, of course, my favorite, Spotify. I stay on Spotify entirely too much. I listen to podcasts all day, all night. I like radio. I like audio. I like listening to what's going on. I'm thinking about bringing a new segment to the show, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about all that later. I need to sit down. I went to physical therapy today, and I got wore out. So, I need to chill. Now, Monday felt like Friday. Today is Tuesday, and it feels like Wednesday. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. My brain, my body, everything is going. But that's how life goes. You're a individual, and you have to make do with what you have and all the things that you've been given and all the things that you have treasure over. Because, I hear a lot of things that people say to me as it relates to who I am. And while I don't see myself in that way, the foibles, the problems, the issues, people see you in a more, what's the word I'm looking for? People tend to see you in a more perfect way, a more glamorized way, a more fun way. I've been told, whoa, you're quite the Renaissance man. And I don't really know what that means. I've never really looked up the word Renaissance, so I don't know. I don't really know. I should probably look now. Renaissance man. Or I should put in front of it, what is a Renaissance man? A person of many talents or areas of knowledge. Okay. And that's what I try to be. That's what I try to do. I guess I'm trying to be a Renaissance man, but I'm also trying to be an individual. So, because as individuals, we're always praised publicly. Oh, you look so wonderful. You're so great. You're doing so many great things. But then you get punished privately. And so I've always gotten in trouble for being me. Everybody says be yourself until yourself doesn't agree with them, or yourself doesn't fit their lane, or yourself doesn't validate their worldview. And then Or until you're frank, candid, and straight to the point. And then suddenly you become a problem. Being yourself becomes an issue. And so why does all that matter? Because individuality, real individuality. And I hate using the word real in front of a word because it doesn't really make sense, but it's not about fashion and hairstyle and earrings and curated IG personalities and Facebook and hashtags and living your truth and living your best life and all that stuff. Individuality is about individual independence. It's about having moral courage. But people think of morality as doing things right, doing things the way they want, the way society says. But I think it's more of a personal moral courage. It's about being willing to stand in the room or stand on the stage or be on the radio alone and say you see something differently, but actually mean it. We've confused individuality with expression. Expression without conviction is like a performance. That's what actors do. And a lot of people right now are not individuals, they're performers. We see them on the internet every day. They perform for approval, clicks, acceptance into groups that'll turn on you the moment you disagree with them. I've had it right here on The Truth. I've had it from show hosts. I've had it from producers. I've had it from teammates. And I've had it from you. If your opinion changes depending on who you're around, that's not growth. You're conforming. If you're afraid to say what you really think because of how it might be received, that's not wisdom. That's fear dressed up as strategy. And if your personality is built entirely on what other people affirm about you, yeah, I'm always do that because, people say, oh, that was great. Never say they're proud of you. You don't have a personality. You don't have individuality. That's codependency. Have you ever seen a society that moved forward on groupthink? Have you ever seen, watch this, y'all, based on our conversation from yesterday and the past week, have you ever seen a community move forward on groupthink? The community coming together. You move forward through individuals who are willing to challenge the group, like a W.E.B. Du Bois, like a Martin Luther King. Every major advancement black people have had in Milwaukee County, in Wisconsin, and in America, and in the world, social, political, and economic, came from somebody who was willing to be different. Somebody had to stand up in a room, in a group, on a stage, in a church, in politics, in religion, and say, I don't agree. I don't accept this, and there's a better way. Now, if you think about it, like Martin Luther King, we didn't celebrate him at first. He was criticized, laughed at, marginalized, punished. COINTELPRO sent tapes and videos and sound and all sorts of stuff to Coretta Scott King to reveal his infidelity and basically told him he had 34 days to kill himself. The 35th day was the March on Washington. We're going to release this because he liked women. Sometimes we punish people, as I have been. Why? Because individuality threatens systems that rely on uniformity. The Democratic Party, the city of Milwaukee, think about it. The Republican Party, MAGA. If everybody thinks the same, nobody questions anything. Think about this. If nobody questions anything, nothing changes. And if nothing changes, like right here in Milwaukee, the people in control stay in control. Just like Milwaukee politics. Individuality is not just a personal trait, it's a form of power. But it's also a responsibility. Because when I decide to think for myself, I had to come to the realization that I lose the luxury of blaming somebody else for something I was thinking or something I said, and I can't hide behind the crowd. I can't say, well, everybody else thought it. Nope, it's on me. And I was on you. Your decisions, your beliefs, your consequences. And that's why people avoid individuality. Not because they don't want to be different. They don't want the accountability that comes with it, being held to their words. It's easier to echo than to originate. It's easier to follow than to lead, and it's easier to blend in than stand out. But let me tell you something from experience. There's a cost to blending in. When you suppress who you are long enough, you forget who you are. And that's what happened to me. And when you forget who you are, you start living a life that doesn't belong to you. A career you didn't choose, opinions you didn't form, values you don't define. And then one day you wake up and you realize that you've been accepted by everybody and known by nobody, not even yourself. And see, for me, that's the danger. We see this in our Milwaukee. We see this in our businesses and nonprofits lately, and we see it in our leadership. People who won't speak up because they don't want to disrupt the room. People who won't challenge really, really bad ideas because they don't want to be labeled. He's a troublemaker. I actually went to a meeting one time at somebody's house, and I said something to the effect of pushback and challenge to an idea somebody had. And the person looked at me, looked at the other person, and said to the other person, see, I told you he was like that. People who don't want to step into their own identity because they're afraid of losing access have to ask themselves the question, access to what? Access to a space that gives you no value? If you have to shrink think about this. If you have to shrink yourself to fit into a space, that space was never designed for you. If you have to silence yourself to maintain a relationship with somebody, those relationships are conditional. They're not real. If you want to be an individual, there's going to be friction. Individuality comes with disagreement. It comes with moments where people look at you and go, dude, who are you? Like, I don't know you. You know what my response is? You don't have to. Because I'm not seeking permission to exist. I'm not negotiating my identity. You have to decide, I know who I am, I know what I believe, and I'm standing on it. And I'm willing to stand on it. Now, does that mean you don't grow? No. Individuality isn't about stubbornness. I want to do it my way. It has to be my way only. I'm not going to change. This is who I am. That's ridiculous. You have to evolve. You should evolve. You have to learn. You should learn. You have to refine. You should refine. But make it your thinking. Make it your actions. But that evolution should come from reflection, not pressure from somebody else. From evidence, not trends that 2 years from now, nobody will remember it. From conviction, not the fear of people excluding you. At first, I used to be fearful of that. I just found a new space to be in and got accepted. Because if your beliefs only change when the crowd changes, you're not evolving. You're drifting. And drifting people never get anywhere meaningful. Let me take this one step further. Today we got algorithms. So now individuality is under attack. We want to give you the same thing. Everything you see is curated to reinforce what you already think. It keeps you comfortable. It keeps you engaged. But there's no challenge. So now you got people who think they're independent thinkers, but they never really have been exposed to some opposing idea, which is the trouble I run into on this show. They're not individuals. They're well-fed consumers of tailored information that is put in front of you, scroll after scroll after scroll, and that's dangerous because real individuality requires tension. It requires hearing something you don't like and sitting with it. And I struggle with that like everybody does, but I do. I have to sit there and listen. It requires being wrong and saying, I am wrong. But you got to step out of your echo chamber and engage in the world as it actually is, not just how it's presented to you. The picture and the narrative that Milwaukee media is presenting of black kids is that they're all hellraisers and they all cause trouble, and all they do is meet up and cause trouble. Now, I'm going to talk about some of that today. But I think we should start here. Number one, know what you believe and why. If you're a Christian, why you believe it. If you're agnostic, why you believe it. Be willing to stand alone when it's necessary. But you got to be open to growth, number three, but not manipulation. And then last, understand that authenticity is going to cost you something. You are going to lose friends. When I became my authentic self and decided I wanted to be in a noble profession of law enforcement, which meant I could quite willingly and knowingly go to a situation where I could quite possibly lose my life, that is what I had to do. I lost a lot of friends, and a lot of people in Chicago still don't speak to me today. A lot of people in Milwaukee don't speak to me today. All I have to say is, hey, I'm a retired lieutenant, and watch the group thin out. It'll cost you comfort, popularity, and in some cases, it's cost me job opportunities. But what did I get in return? I got clarity, I got confidence, and I took control of my life. And that is a trade worth making, because at the end of the day, my goal is not to be liked by everybody, and yours shouldn't be either. My goal is to be aligned with me. And once I got there, I stopped chasing approval. I stopped performing. I started living, doing all the things that crossed my mind on my bucket list that I wanted to get done in my life. And when you start living, I mean really living, that's when people started to notice. Not because I was trying to stand out. And somebody told me this, because I couldn't help but stand out, because originality is rare. Being authentic and saying all the faults and warbles and aches and pains and age and all that, you shouldn't say how, you shouldn't tell people how old you are, because, people might, why would I care what they think? I recognize that individuality is rare, and in a world full of cookie-cutter people who look the same, act the same, like everything the same, go to the same places, eat at the same place, vote the same way, use the same words, that's foreign to me. And so the other word we were talking about the other day that Sherwin was using, the N-word, and they wrote it up in the community journal, and oh my God, we got to get rid of this word. You know the best word you can call me? Unicorn.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Low Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Low Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner, serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. Skip the sterile clinical office feel. Sweet Talk stays on the cutting edge of beauty and wellness innovations in a vibrant, playful space, promoting self-love and confidence. Sweet Talk specializes in a range of treatments, including injectables, medical-grade skincare, weight loss, hormone therapies, and more. Not sure where to start? Sweet Talks offers comprehensive wellness consultations to create a customized plan centered around you. Because at Sweet Talks, your goals are their goals. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. You got any thoughts on what I said? 833-212-1017 is the number. These kids are being silly and running around because they're trying to conform and be like everybody else instead of being who they are. You got some brainiacs, you got some future scholars, some future PhDs, some future rocket scientists, some future medical doctors and lawyers and all dentists and all that running around acting a fool. Doing one thing that will alter the fact, oh, I'm sorry, when you were a juvenile, you got this citation, and because of that, you can't pick the profession. Oh, you need a license for it? No, you can't. Oh, you need a certification? No, you can't get it. And you're stuck there to a dead-end life. No, I'm not saying if you're not doing that, you have a dead-end life. I didn't say that. 833-212-1017 is the number. June said, you are speaking real facts. I try. But I can't talk about something unless I talk about me. Otherwise, I think it would be a little disingenuous. Use me as the example so that I know. You know what I'm saying? Ms. Fox, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Yes.
How are you? You're on the air.
I'm here. I'm well. I would just like to say that I watch this show and I listen to it every day, every morning, and I really appreciate everything that you stand for. And I support it, and I support your help. And thank you.
Well, thank you, Ms. Fox. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you a lot, because a lot of the work that you do is going unnoticed, especially here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But I'm behind the scenes and I'm watching behind the scenes, and I support it and I stand with it. And thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And you have a great rest of your day and great rest of your week.
You as well, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was nice. That was nice. June and Miss Fox. Let me check the talking sex. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, Quanda, what's going on? Study hall's in full effect. Who else is here? S.E., how are you? Good afternoon. What's up, Sincere Ronnie Ray? That's a long name. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real. So what's your name? Sincere? Is it Ronnie? Is it Ray? Or are you real? I don't know. Which one is it? I don't know. I don't know. Not Really a City Girls. Hey, what's going on? What's up, LT? Not Really a City Girl said 100%, 100%. LT said, I don't seek your validation. Mackie said, Dr. Ken, do you believe that an ambitious person should learn to play golf as a way to network in order to advance his career or business? Yes. Yes. If it's within your grasp and it's reasonable. And if you don't want to play golf anymore, don't play golf. I learned how to play golf. I did the same thing. Advanced business, advanced personal connections, privilege, opportunity, network, all that stuff. And guess what? I got a bad back. I can't play golf. So guess what? I don't play golf. Hey, you want to go play golf? No. Don't call me. I can't play golf because my back hurts. But if you can do it and it's within your grasp, I do it. I use sitting around puffing on a cigar as I'm slowly cutting back from doing that, but still hanging out in the same place to network, to talk to people. I need something. You hear something. Oh, it's a great idea. Oh, that's a good thing. Oh, and that's what I did. Not Really a City Girl said, I speak to you, Dr. Ken. It took me some time to understand your personality, but once I understood who you are, it made me see you differently. Also, you look like my dad. I don't know if that's an insult or is that a poke? Oh, you calling me bruh? Because I am, and I love it, and it's great. So, first time I met Not Really a City Girl was at one of Sherwin's joints, and we were out, and she said, "Hello, I'm so," and I said, "Hello." And then I went off and sat by myself. And she was like, dude, this is what I'm thinking in my mind. She may not have thought this, but man, he's rude. So then next time I met her, she was like, you always this, you don't over talking to. I said, because I'm an introvert. I'm an extroverted introvert. I could talk on the radio, talk in front of a classroom, talk in front of Miller Park. Is it Miller Park now? AmFam Field. For 20 years and never stop talking. And I'll be fine. But if somebody walk up to me, I'm going to walk away. Especially if I don't know them, because that's just how I am. If I don't know you, I'm not going to talk to you. You might get a head nod. Hey, that's it. Hey, how you doing? And then as I get to know you, like I met Willie, and Willie came over and said, hey, I'm Willie in the chat. I was like, bet, I know you, man. And then I see him all the time and fist bump. Hey, what's going on? See him and his wife. What's going on? Talk about family and all that. And I got to know him, and he was a pretty cool guy. But don't get offended. That's me being me. Not Really City Girl said, great message. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Lucretia. Mackie said, Dr. Ken, since golf is a sport for business networking, yes and no. Do you believe that an ambitious person should? Yes, I actually do. I actually believe that. I actually believe that. I do. I think it's an important thing to network. To let people get to know you, you get to know them, but don't conform. Don't go play golf because everybody else playing golf. Because now you're just doing what everybody else is doing. And you may not like it. You may learn it. That's an expensive sport. That's another one. I start looking at, dude, this is expensive. I ain't playing. Yeah, y'all go and play golf. I gotta get shoes, I gotta get socks, I gotta get the shorts, I gotta get the shirt, I gotta get the clubs, I gotta get the grips, I gotta get the man, I'm done. I am not. Sincere said, I'm different. My aura has people talking with me all the Your what? Your what? Your aura? What is that? But you got like light coming off of you or something? Ooh, oh my God, let's go talk this. No, I'm just kidding. You put it out there. But at some point, we've got a lot of issues in the city because everybody wants you to conform. Democrats want you to just vote. We're going to talk about the midterm elections a little later. People just want you to vote. Just vote Democrat. They don't really care. I vote Democrat. And I ask them why. Then they tell me about Donald Trump. I'm like, what Donald Trump got to do with you voting Democrat? Like, I don't understand that. So you're just trying to stop Donald Trump. Last time it was to stop Bush. Last time it was to stop Clinton. Last time it was like, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on, but you never really get anything from it. You don't ask for anything. You don't get nothing. You just feel good. Meanwhile, your actual community in Milwaukee is turning into a cesspool and a toilet. Let me rephrase that. My community in Milwaukee is turning into a cesspool and a toilet, and nobody is saying. They're offering jobs. Did you hear the Tory Lowe show? They're offering jobs for kids. Why don't you find out what the problem is first? It may not be them needing a job. They might need a parent. They might need somebody to care. They might, and I'm going to go against what I said yesterday, need a program they can go to, like 100 Black Men has with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. So if you got a male kid who between the ages, I think, 5th grade and sophomore year of high school, junior year of high school, somewhere in there, call Big Brothers, Big Sisters, say, hey, I heard y'all got an Emerging Leaders Academy, and I want y'all to see if my son can get in and fill out the application. And if you can't get in there, or if you got a high school senior, you got the Alpha Battalion, you got the Kappa League. I'm pretty sure Phi Beta Sigma got something. Omega Psi Phi, Iota Phi Theta, all of them got the, AKA, there's so, Masonic Law, they got so many groups that you can just put your kid in and they could be around people that they might want to be like. Welders and carpenters and electricians and medical doctors and dentists and professors and the whole gambit. So even if you don't go to college, there are organizations you can put your kids in where they can be around people who don't go to college, who work in the trades, who are living their best life. But stop waiting for somebody else to save you. Nobody. Let me say this in African-American Ebonic vernacular. Ain't nobody going to save you. You're going to have to save yourself. That didn't work? Let me try this one. Suck it up, Buttercup. Nobody going to help you. They're not coming to help you. They're not coming. They have proven 400 years worth. They're not coming. But what Denise say yesterday, 460 years, they're not coming. You're going to have to do it. If you don't have it, you're going to build it. And if you can't build it, get together and pay for it. But they ain't giving you nothing. Not really. City Girl said, Dr. Ken, you were mean to me the first time we met. Yeah, I was. I was a ball of nerves. I knew you were a rigid personality type. And I gathered my strength to speak to you. And you said, oh, it's you. Because I put a name to I put a face to a name. And Not Really a City Girl is very nice and she's very sweet. So she's very nice. So it was great meeting you. I've never met Lucretia. I've never met Quanda. I've met LT several times. I don't think I've met Sincere. I don't think I've met SE. But, you know, some of y'all be hiding behind y'all names. My name is my name on Google. Y'all be, I calling myself, it's me, SE. Like, really? Who is that? Mackie has his name in there. See, y'all just, yeah. Yeah. What's this? Y'all don't want to be individuals. Y'all want to conform. I'm kidding. Before the YouTube chat blow up, I'm coming after you. 833-212-1017 is the number. If you are and consider yourself an individual, what was the linchpin? What was the thing? Well, let me ask this. What was the tipping point that made you realize that everything you were doing was for naught? And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
We got Got some backups on northbound 41, pretty much from Mayfair Road all the way up to Burleigh, a little bit further north of Capitol Drive as well. Southbound 43 is actually improving. We're seeing delays just through the Marquette itself, and then southbound from Chase down to the KK River crossing. Westbound 94, usual backups from just before 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing down from Hawley to 35th Street. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 33. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and cool. A chance for afternoon rain-snow mix, a high of 40. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
Put Brewers weekends back on your schedule when the Crew take on the Nationals April 10th through the 12th. Collect a new Mish trading card bobblehead for the first 25,000 fans on Saturday the 11th, courtesy of Toyota. Then reserve Sunday for a full day of family fun. Kids can run the bases, get autographs, and the first 5,000 kids get a Brewers wiffle ball set, courtesy of Joy. Plus, it's a kids cheer free Sunday. Grab your seat at brewers.com/tickets.
A message from Tia Mori, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged, it's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, that same spirit of preparation means everything. Because food allergy isn't a lifestyle. It's a serious, life-threatening disease that can change everything in a moment. But being ready changes the story. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Epinephrine is the only treatment that can stop a severe food allergy reaction known as anaphylaxis. It works quickly to reverse the symptoms and can save lives. As families and friends gather for the big game, we see what community looks like. It's one built on awareness, care, and love in action. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk. It brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
The worst kind of whites, not that I'm picking on white folks, but you know how it goes, is the ones that think that they will lose something if this country becomes more fair and equal. I'm going to say that again. The worst kind of white people are the ones that think that if a black person gets a job and gets an opportunity and they ignore how hard the black person had to work and the racism, the bigotry, and the discrimination, and just how people turn their noses up at smart black people. They hate us. And the black person works really hard and overcomes maybe generational curses of poor health and poverty and all of those things. And we got to deal with the police and the criminal justice system that doesn't often have our backs. And then the black person gets a job, gets an opportunity, and a white person sees that and thinks that they lost. Those are the worst kind.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 101.7 The Truth. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
A 12 News camera rolling moments after multiple gunshots. Sounds of screaming and teens seen sprinting across Moody Park.
It's just a shame.
Patrice Williams heard the shots ring out from her front porch.
It's not a good feeling, and it's just sad.
A 12 News photojournalist capturing firefighters treating someone with a foot injury. Crime scene tape wrapped around the block by 24th and Burleigh, where officers put one person in handcuffs and placed evidence markers next to shell casings on the front steps of the COA Colden Center. Moody Park, the site of a so-called teen takeover Monday. And it happened one day after another takeover at Bayshore Sunday, where police arrested more than a dozen teens.
It was a mess, and I left early.
What did you see when you were there?
I seen guns, big crowds, pepper spray. and everything.
Both events planned with flyers like this, seen circulating on social media. Before the gunfire at Moody Park Monday, fights broke out. Milwaukee police officers and Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputies running in to break each fight up. And in the orange shirts, members of the group 414 Life.
We are all trained professionals in intervention and de-escalation.
12 News interviewed the violence prevention organization before the shooting. It's violence they said they're trying to prevent.
Our goal is just to engage young people that have that these massive takeovers or whatever, just to make sure they're safe and have clean fun during the spring break time.
Clean fun during the spring break time. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. That was video footage from Moody Park as your children, because mine are grown, as when your children was wilding out. So where are we going from here? I wonder. What are your thoughts about Moody Park? 833-212-1017 is the number. So let me see, we had fight. No, we had the cars that were doing the drag racing and doing all that. And then we had the fights downtown. Had the pistol whipping, carjacking. Then we got park takeovers. What's next? A homicide? Well, no. Then we had shots fired. Then what are we going to do? Have a homicide? Meanwhile, I'm hearing nothing. Check my email every day. Nothing. Watch the news. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens on. Local. I got MSNBC. I got BBC. I got Fox News. And I got CNN. And I got local WISN. Nothing. All negative, all fights, all black kids. So they're controlling the narrative. They're controlling what you see. They're controlling how you hear it. And nothing. Our city leadership is, we already know they're blind. Now we just know they're deaf and dumb. Sincere say they need a belt and a book. Can we give them a book first? Can we give them a book first? What do you do? Not talk about it? What do you do? Avoid it? I don't know. 45 degrees feels like 41. Winds are from the northwest at about 7 miles an hour. High today was 61. Low tonight's going to get to about 35. We're almost there. I don't get it. I don't understand. Let me go back to my talking text line. Dr. Ken, you were mean to me. First time I was a ball of nerves. I gathered my strength to speak to you. I said, oh, it's you. You said, oh, it's you. And she added, I was so shocked until I saw your smirk and realized I did it on purpose. LOL. Quanda said, we going to meet this year for sure. Girl, you've been saying that for 2 years. Get it. Okay. LT said, I ain't had nothing. Citron said, aura is in a quote, the generating distinctive atmosphere and quality that her personality has. However, I'm not sure you're being facetious. Yes, I am. I'm being very, very facetious. SC say, Dr. Ken, I only waved at you once through the window. My son wanted to see where you record the show. Then why didn't you tell me it was you? Oh, you should have texted. Hey, I'm at the window and I'm going to say hello. Ugh. Hey, what's up, Curly Q? How's it going? You late. SC said, I told my son, showing an example of black excellence. Not really, and who is it? Not really a city girl said, that honestly is when I knew Dr. Ken was all right. Zach looked like, yeah, you can't hear. Curly Q said, I introduced myself at the at the Beyond the Mic, but I doubt if you remember. I remember faces because working in law enforcement, it's incumbent that you remember faces. So if you see the face again, you know, a person might be a criminal. So, you know, I'm just saying. LT said, did they come to Third Street Market? Yeah, they did. No. Oh, whatever you were talking about? No, they didn't. I know what you're talking about. SC said, I said, Dr. Ken, it's me, and everyone accused me of stalking you. I don't remember you stalking me. LT said, there are stories of black excellence on the news every day on TMJ4. Okay. So CBS 58, WISN, Fox 6 Now, and TMJ4. So out of all the stories, we get like a 20%. Okay. I don't know if that's enough. Quanda said, the lies you tell, because this is the first time I'm saying we will meet. Be thankful because I'm not too fun on meeting. Then she said, never mind. Never mind what? Y'all hurt my head sometime. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken.
Hello, Sandra. How are you?
I am just fine. I'm listening, and you were talking about some stuff and meeting people and how shy you are.
Okay.
Are you shy?
Am I what?
Are you?
I wouldn't say shy. Well, no, I'm just an introvert.
Introvert, yeah.
A lot of people think I'm an extrovert because I talk on the radio, but if you notice, ain't nobody else here but one person. I can do that all day.
That's true.
But you get me in a group, and I don't know the
argue
group.
with nobody.
And that's why I had to go take acting lessons so that I could learn how to reassemble myself as a person that can do whatever they have to do publicly. Oh, but I stay away from people if I don't know them. I don't talk to people. I don't, you doing? Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then people take it as he's so arrogant. He's so, like not really a city girl did. I don't like him. Yo.
I talk to people.
Yes, you do.
I meet a lot of people.
Yes, you do. I remember we were up on Capitol, and you came up to Capitol. Somebody said, somebody named Sandra's in the... I said, who? It was like, Sandra's in the lobby. I was like, oh, let me go out here. Let me go out here and see who this is. Then started harassing me. 5 years of harassment.
I did. Oh, no, not really. You enjoy me talking to you.
So,
you should see me in my kitchen.
So,
you haven't even seen my face the way I be cutting up. I'll be running around and throwing my head in the air. I'll be just a person away.
Yeah,
but,
I know. I do the same thing.
Yeah, but it's just, like I say, just be the stuff that happens in our city, and I just freeze because it's, like so it's always the black community that's so bad, and I just freeze up because I think it's dangerous, for one thing, because it'll have everybody afraid of us.
Yep.
Next minute, you'll be popping guns.
Yep.
Just like the shooting guns and stuff, because you're afraid of this person. And you see all this on the, you hear all of this stuff, and you see it on the TV. And then TV 12 was over here a while ago. I'm in that area where the park over there by Our. My kids went to Our Avenue.
Yeah.
And beautiful school. Beautiful. They're taking it away now. But I passed by there, and TV 12 was over there. I wanted to jump out the car so bad.
Why didn't you?
Because it was somebody else's house they were at. I didn't want to intrude because they were interviewing somebody, and I know it was about the thing that happened yesterday or whatever. I couldn't just go butt in. That's why I didn't do it.
Okay.
But I wanted to pull them to the side.
And say what?
But see, they didn't probably want to hear what I was going to say. I would say that's enough. That's enough of blaming black people for every little ugly thing in Milwaukee. I tell them to come over here. I want them to come down here and see all the mess, the garbage people throw over here, the raggedy streets and everything, and all the defunding. And you defund, it's like the rat fairy. You take rats, you give them a whole circle, you give them everything. You start deducting, they fight each other. You deduct what the people have. And it costs money. They say do it yourself. It's going to cost money. You can't you got to get in the group or form a corporation, however they do it, in order to do it.
Right.
So it's just, I think you just about have to start with the kids because it seems like ain't no hope no other way. And then I feel, too, real quick, I feel real serious about the time we can get ahead. For some reason we get set back. The jealousy, because
right.
we're advancing too far. Then you get that jealousy, and that's what another thing I have in my head. But anyways, I'll let you go.
All right.
I'll talk your ear off.
All right.
Okay then.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, I want to dive into my poll question. I got a question about what happened in Moody Park. And I think driving is pretty much over. I think I'm going to start taking a bus. Oh, wait, we don't have any buses because they cut them all. Oops, my bad.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the number one country that cares. Like, everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You can explore Wisconsin's wild places, learn about wildlife, and support conservation on the Natural Resources Foundation of Wisconsin field trips. This spring through fall, adults and families have more than 270 trips to choose from all over the state. Registration opens on April 8th at wisconservation.org. Sponsored by the Natural Resources Foundation of Wisconsin.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Poll question of the day: is a park policy next? Is it time for a park policy like they got at the malls? If you're under this age and you're not accompanied by an adult, watch this, a supervising adult can't be in a park. A public park. Because now we acting a fool. Acting a fool. I'm going to hold my gas prices story until after top 5 at 5. Y'all got to remind me, though. National gas average is up to $4. So, you know, we be paying way too much money. Way too much money for, yeah. It's going to be a long summer. A long, long summer. So do we need a park policy? Yes or no? Is it time for a park policy to stop kids from meeting up in a park? Where you're supposed to go to play basketball, you're supposed to go to, walk your dog, where you're supposed to go to do all sorts of things. But now you can't do it because folks are tearing up the park. Jacking the park. Makes no sense. 833-212-1017 is the number. Remember, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube on 1017 The Truth. And make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a show. Like right now. By the way, top 5 at 5 up next.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out. It helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy-buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 1017 The Truth.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017. There you go. Got everything out, got everything in. 45 degrees, feels like 41. 61 was the high today. The low tonight is going to be 35. Winds are from the north-northwest at about 7 miles an hour. So, be a little chilly. Chilly daily. Let me check the... Let me check the 10-day. Let me see what's going on. Wednesday, high of 38. Thursday, thunderstorms, high of 62. Friday, partly cloudy, 52. Saturday, 47. Easter Sunday is 48 degrees with a low of 31. Partly sunny, morning clouds, sun in the afternoon. So it won't get to the 60s until next Thursday. That's bad. April showers, they are here. 833-212-1017 is the number. We got the poll question going on. Is it time for a park policy? And right now, 100% say yes. Y'all going to take away them kids' constitutional right to play in the park. They ain't got no constitutional right to play in the park. But it is public. But everybody on the YouTube chat said, let me think about it. Let me think about it. No. Yep. I get it. Oh, well, guess we'll have to open up a center. All right? Open up a center so they can have somewhere to play. Yeah. Who was I talking to the other day? Who was I talking to? Somebody else. Somebody on the chat today was talking about golf, and I think the caller was talking about he was going to go play golf. The sun was out. No.
Number 5.
From WISN.com, as you've heard, a storm system over southeastern Wisconsin will bring rounds of showers in and out all day today. and around the region with a round of mid-afternoon capable of producing hail and gusty winds. They were showing it on TV that people had like golf ball size hail that had fallen in some places around here. There's also a chance of a few severe thunderstorms this afternoon. So all of our, I don't know what you call them, warnings or watches. I never know which one is more severe, but I think it's a warning. They've all expired, but we're still going to get rain. So whatever you do, it is what it is. And I guess I've been bashing the city a lot. I guess they came through. Well, I guess.
Number 4.
This from WISN. A 12 News investigation led to the cleanup of an illegal tire dump behind Timmerman Terrace Apartments in Milwaukee 3 months after a fire forced residents out of the building. The apartments located at 104th and of 104th Street near Timmerman Airport have been evacuated for renovations following a 2-alarm fire since last December. The fire ravaged the structure, forcing all residents to move out, and as it sits vacant, somebody dumped illegal tires there. Thomas Holland, a neighbor, called 12 News after seeing the pile of tires on Friday night. Said he looked up, couldn't believe what he saw. Marcus Harris, whose backyard is just a few feet from the tire pile, expressed his frustration. He said it brings down the value of the houses. There's no indication who's responsible. However, the apartment complex is owned by who? Barada Properties. As soon as WISN 12 brought the tires to his attention, owner Joe Barada dispatched a crew to clean them up, and the tires were removed within hours. The Milwaukee Anti-Legal Dumping Committee had its initial meeting in January and is scheduled to meet again in April. Preliminary meetings, members have discussed devoting resources to tracking illegally dumped tires. Using the shop ID numbers, mechanics are required to write on tires when they're removed from vehicles. Illegal dumping is subject to a $5,000 fine. Not $500, but $5,000. And as quick as I say something nice about the city, I get to poke them too.
Number 3.
A violent weekend across Milwaukee area is highlighting the debate over who should lead the Office of Community Wellness and Safety. There's a lot of stuff in City Hall. I have a few people I know. And they've been saying how a lot of things in the city have been held up because they don't have a director. Well, recent violence range from shootings, domestic violence standoffs, large fights at the mall. Glendale arrested 13 people. 414 Life has been out there. You saw that in the clip. What are we going to do? Yesterday morning, 51-year-old killed on 105th and Villa. Why are we playing politics? The violent weekend comes as Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson's efforts to appoint Karen Tyler as the director of the Office of Community Wellness and Safety hits a snag. Common Council voted last week to send the nomination back to committee for further consideration. TMJ4 News obtained letters of support and opposing the appointment of Tyler to the office, formerly known as Office of Violence Prevention, which has a goal of stopping violence before it starts through community-wide prevention. Alderwoman Charlene Moore pushed to send the recommendation back to committee for further discussion. She said, I have some grave concerns about the appointment's ability to run a department. Desi Lynn Smith is the executive director of Uniting Garden Homes, the organization that held the very first contract with the city's violence prevention team, 414 Life, and she does not feel Tyler is the best fit for the job. She said, I think the mayor is doing the community a disservice. I think that it should be opened up more. It just became a lot of broken promises, no communication, no inclusion, and that's where we are today. So we'll see. We'll see. We're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. Sean Mohammed is the director of men's services at Asha Family Services, a domestic violence resource organization, and he said she's consistent. I believe she's creative. I believe that she has a love for the community that she serves. So 1 for, 1 against, many for, many against, but now it's gone back to committee. So we'll see how that goes. We shall see how that goes. With all the things that are going on in the city, we need somebody to show leadership. Common Council president, and the mayor are not showing leadership. So I guess we got to go somewhere else. We got too many crimes going on in the city, big and small, just like this dude. Maybe he was hungry.
Number 2.
A man is facing multiple felony charges after prosecutors say he was tied to a string of burglaries and attempt burglaries across Milwaukee County. According to the criminal complaint, Teran Jenkins is accused of break-ins between January 2025 and February 2026 at Burger King, McDonald's, KFC, Taco Bell, and Wendy's. Maybe he was hungry. Prosecutors said the restaurants were all in Milwaukee and South Milwaukee, and the complaint said Jackson used pry tools to open the doors or windows and targeted the business often in the early morning hours. It said the investigation is ongoing. Additional charges may actually be added. And wow. Can't you call, just give a brother a sandwich?
Number 1.
From Fox6now.com, testimony began today in the trial of Tremaine Jones, the man accused of killing Milwaukee police officer Kendall Corder and wounding police officer Christopher McCray in a shooting last summer. I talked about it on yesterday, and today the court just took a break at 4:21. They read jury instructions and dismissed them for the day. Court is scheduled to resume tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. So we're going to be following this case closely. Always remember, a person is innocent until proven guilty. Don't get mad at the defense attorneys. Don't get mad at the prosecutors. They're just doing their job. 833-212-1017 is the number. We have a poll question. Is it time for a policy in the park? And we're looking at 82% say yes and 18% say no. That's in the YouTube chat. And if you want to stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com, you could do so. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a second of a live show. Of course, you can listen live and win truth giveaways. We'll just push it out and you got to respond back, and then you won. All you got to do is download the 1017 The Truth app in the App Store or Google Play Store. I'm just saying. When we come back, I'm going to hit the talk and text line. We're going to hit the YouTube chat. You can give me a call. 833-212-1017 is the number. Individuality. Is it time for you to step up and be who you are? Maybe that's what the city's been looking for.
Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Low Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Low Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
Walk in for a suit, walk out with two. It's buy one, get one half off throughout March at Nick Avani's. Suits, blazers, hats, jeans, and more. Everything you need from a hands-on team that styles you from head to toe. Find a suit, add shoes for half the price. Land a perfect two-piece set? Now add a vest for 50% less. Prom, weddings, galas, whatever's on your calendar, now's the time to stop in to Nick Avani's. Second floor at Mayfair Mall across from AMC. Buy one, get one half off throughout March at Nick Avani's. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm still bothered by Marvin's comment. I mean, not by Marvin, but he said, Dr. Ken, going through the talking text line in the chat, that lady doesn't have the right to tell Channel 12 to stop their interviews. That sounds delusional. People need to stop being stupid on video for everyone else to see. Well, but when you don't know better, sometimes somebody need to tell you. But I did tell him that makes her delusional. She's an elder. Be respectful. Be nice. And Quanda said, Kyle, move your head out the camera. Was Kyle on camera? Kyle wasn't on camera, was it? No, he was? Oh. Okay. Wow. Big head. Yeah, we was in here hollering. Today is his alphaversary. He's 15 years old in the fraternity, so congratulations to him. Carly, you say the way I remember the word warning is no longer the watchword, so it is more serious. Curly Q said what I said about that story of the guy with all those break-ins into the fast food place. Maybe just hungry. Just need food. Brother need a sandwich. Give him a sandwich. Just saying. Give him a sandwich. Marvin added, hello all. The Office of Wellness is a waste of funds. Stop slapping the... I don't understand what that word is. Slapping their wrists and sending them to jail. Parents too. I agree with that. However... Oh, slapping their wrists. I think what happens, the riff-raff wrist. Let me look at that. Okay. I see it now. Riff-raff. Y'all know the writing on here is so small. It's like this small. What are you laughing at me now? What I do
I'm
now?
just trying to say that fast. Riff-raff wrist, riff-raff wrist, riff-raff.
Right, you can't. Riff-raff wrist. Makes no sense. Anyway, I get it, and I think parents should be held accountable. However, the office is there to circumvent that. See, here's the thing. We need all of these things. We need jobs, we need programs, we need mentoring, and it all has to happen at the same time. Now, if you would just tell your kids and raise your kids right, you wouldn't need all these programs. You wouldn't need all these nonprofits. You wouldn't need all these organizations trying to give away everything for free. So get this. All right, I'm going to ask Zach a question. I hope you get it right. What's the quickest way to get black people to a meeting?
I don't know. Tell them the wrong time.
Give away food for free. Agree, yes or no?
Yep.
Okay. So they're having this thing downtown at the Baird Center. Tory Lowe was talking about it and said, we're going to get these kids a job. MPS has a little job program. Everything going great. And when you come, we're going to have light food, light refreshments. I'm like, why? Well, you got to feed people. No, you don't. Come get a job. If you're that motivated to come get a job. But because you think the numbers are going to be low, you throw in food. Oh, we got free food. Now, Marvin, free food is a waste of time. Free stuff to get somebody to show up is a waste of time because they're not connected to what you're doing. They're just there for the food. I want food. I got some food. Oh, yeah, good. Give me away something free. You know how many people show up for backpacks in the summertime? We're giving away free backpacks. Everybody named mama show up. I got 4 kids at home. Okay, but you only got 2 here, so you're only getting 2 backpacks. The rule is your kid has to be here. Well, I need 2 more. Well, then you need to go bring 2 more kids back, and you get 2 more backpacks. Free. That's going to be the kiss of death of the black community. They've already shown you they are not giving you reparations. And if they're not going to give you reparations, then it won't matter. 833-212-1017 is the number. I just got a breaking news from WISN 12. Trump signs an order directing the creation of a national voter list to limit mail-in ballots ahead of midterms. So now I got to read the story and figure out how it limits mail-in ballots. I don't know if it will, but I guess we'll see. President Donald Trump today signed an executive order creating a nationwide list of verified eligible voters, a move that is sure to draw legal challenges as the president continues to demand further restrictions on voting ahead of this year's midterm elections. The order calls on Department of Homeland Security, working in conjunction with Social Security Administration, to make the list of eligible voters in each state. It also bars the U.S. Postal Service from sending absentee ballots to those who are not on each state's approved list. Well, we know they're short. Although the president likely lacks the power to mandate what the Postal Service does. Trump is also calling for ballots to have secure envelopes with unique barcodes for tracking, according to the executive order, which was first reported by Daily Caller. Trump said, I think it's going to be really great. Yet Tuesday's order today is expected to prompt legal challenges as the president continues to try to interfere with state-run elections. So here we go again. Here we go again. I don't know why people fight so hard. Midterms, the House and the Senate flip every single time. I don't know why we're like fighting this. It's going to flip, and it's going to become Democratic, and then we'll have even more fighting. What are you saying I got a problem with? Sincere saying I got a problem with something. Got a problem with what? I got a problem with what? Free stuff? Yeah, I got a problem. Free stuff. I got a problem with free stuff. Yes, I do. 833-212-1017 is the number. Speaking of midterm elections, if you're going to vote Democrat, if you're going to vote Republican in the midterm elections, what does Black Milwaukee need to ask for? 833-212-1017 is the number. You can tell me in the YouTube chat. You can tell me on the talk and text line. I prefer, give me a call. What should black people ask for in the midterm? You want me to vote for you? Here's what you need to do for us. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is it that you are going to do for black people? Don't give me a program. Give me a policy that's going to help us. Don't give me a 12-step job creation program. Give me something that can help me. Take care of my family. Put food on the table. Keep a stable job. Something? Anything. What is Black Milwaukee going to ask of politicians as they come up for re-election? You know it's critical. Everybody's trying to beat the MAGA movement and the Republican Party and Donald Trump and tell them, okay, I agree with you, but what are you going to do for us? When I get in office, no. What are you going to do now? I want to know. We're going to hold you to it. And if you don't, we're going to vote you out. You got a 2-year term. 1 year in, we're coming after you. You got a 4-year term. 2 years in, we don't get what we want, we're coming after you. You think black people are able to do that? You think black people would come? We come together for some of the most odd things in the world. No kings. Didn't see no black people there, but no kings. Free food. You realize if we took Juneteenth Day and that same group of people went and complained at a politician's office, what would change? Or if 1 year we said in protest, no one's coming to Juneteenth. You could set up all the tents and have all the parades you want. We are not participating. Till we get what we want, we are not participating. And I would make it so that the aldermen and the alderwomen got 0 votes. And if you don't get votes, you can't get in office. So just don't vote. Oh, we can never vote. Voting is, you don't have a right to vote. You have a privilege to vote. Because they'll take it away. So let's figure out what the issue is in the black community and then fix it. Because it's multiple issues on multiple levels with multiple people in multiple socioeconomic conditions. But yet we spend all of our time complaining and not doing. Still had an argument with a teacher the other day. We need black men in schools. We got jobs. So unless my job is going to pay me to be at your school, I'm be at work. I'll not help you with that. But we need you, but we can't come. Tell the teachers to have a time after school, maybe once or twice a week. Pay them a little change. You know, union need to make their money. Then we'll be there. But they won't. They want more money with less work. So the teachers are jacking, not the teachers, the union is jacking teachers. Teachers are then jacking students. Students are already getting jacked at home, along with all the other things, not to include racism, lack of jobs, economic disparity. And that hits a certain percentage of us, and then the rest going to go to school every day and go to work and get a job and grow and get a family and all that. Go from there. How's that happen? What's different? It used to be single-parent household. Everything went down, went bad. Every now and then you'll get a flare where they'll do great, but the majority of the families that won were two-parent households with a few issues with two-parent households, and it's not always great. Now it's across the board, just bad across the board. He had 1 or 2 schools, 1 or 2 classes that were bad. We mainstream kids are all bad. Black people went to NEA. Our children need help. They special. They can't count like everybody else. They can't add up math like everybody else. They can't read like everybody else. They can't do arithmetic like everybody. So what are we going to do? Reading, writing, and arithmetic. The 3 things that our kids are failing at. The 3 things you need in order to survive in life. Reading, writing, and arithmetic. What do we complain about? No kings. All hell breaking loose in the city, people getting shot. What do we complain about? Nothing. City leadership? Nothing. You should actually be complaining about the city leadership and the lack of work they do. And if you're a mayor of any city and you're blaming Donald Trump for the trash that's in your city, you're an idiot. It is idiotic to blame someone for something that you're allowing to happen in your city. But I know somebody out there is going to try to tie Donald Trump to Moody Park, Glendale, but you can't. Because I don't really care about Donald Trump. I don't really care about the presidency. I care about Milwaukee. I care about what's going on here, taking care of things here. In order to do that, there's going to be a multi-prong approach. And we need to come up with what those prongs are, and we need to set it in motion. My suggestion is pretty simple. If each one person picked one person in their family to make sure they graduated from high school, Milwaukee would change in about 5 to 7 years. If you could just replicate yourself, if you went to college, make sure somebody got through college. You don't have to necessarily pay for it, but make sure they had the support to get through college. If you went to high school, make sure people graduated from high school. If you got a trade, make sure one other person got into your trade. And that should go faster because you can learn a trade in like 2 years or less. So you should be able to replicate a lot of people. So instead of trying to get this group and this big, huge number and all that, just pick one. You got a D9 chapter. Every person in the chapter is tasked with picking one. Just one person. One. You got 100 people in your chapter. Now it's 200 people. They graduate from high school. Then you got 200 high school graduates. Those that already went, those that just graduated. It's amazing how that works. Exponentially. And then we get politicians that come out and offer something, offer a solution, offer help. And the only thing they have that's value added is free food. And now for the final traffic check of the day on 101.7 The Truth. Here's Debbie Lazica.
We've got an accident now on the ramp from Beloit Road to southbound 894, so watch out for that. We've also got a couple of accidents on Highway 100, one of them on the southbound side at Center Street with the 2 right lanes blocked. The other one closer to I-94, turns out they just have one car left over, and it's a broken down vehicle now. Technically, it's a disabled vehicle. So try and stay away from that one. It's on the right shoulder. Luckily, it's not in traffic, so but still, you want to keep an eye out for that. Eastbound 94 backing up from 70th Street all the way to 35th. Westbound from 35th Street to Hawley Road. 43 southbound's pretty much cleared up. Just a bit heavy right through the Marquette and onto the high-rise bridge. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy skies, a low of 33 tomorrow. Mostly cloudy and cool. A chance for afternoon possible rain-snow mix. A high of 40. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
A message from Tia Mori, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged, it's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, that same spirit of preparation means everything. Because food allergy isn't a lifestyle. It's a serious, life-threatening disease that can change everything in a moment. But being ready changes the story. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Epinephrine is the only treatment that can stop a severe food allergy reaction known as anaphylaxis. It works quickly to reverse the symptoms and can save lives. As families and friends gather for the big game, we see what community looks like. It's one built on awareness, care, and love in action. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk. It brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
If oil gets to $90 a barrel, I'll be able to pay off my house. I think war is awful. It's terrible. It doesn't resolve things. It creates long-lasting hatred and even more conflict that the American people are always going to find themselves involved in.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
But if I don't have a mortgage, you know what I mean? You take the good with the bad. Didn't Donald Trump say he was going to end the wars? You can't have America first if you're involved in all these foreign wars. And there's people that believed him when he said that. He doesn't like wars. He said it many times. Said it on the campaign trail.
Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
He's bombed just as much in his first year as any warmongering hawk president we've ever seen since World War II.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. After a 3-game sweep of the Chicago White Sox to start the year, the Milwaukee Brewers lose their first game at home to the Tampa Bay Rays on Monday night, 3-2. Came down to the final frame after the Rays hit a tie-breaking 2-out double off to Trevor McGill. It was the first start of the year for Kyle Harrison for the Brewers. He pitched 5 innings, allowing 1 earned run and 8 Ks. Head coach Pat Murphy on the outing.
For his first outing with us, I mean, he threw the ball really well and responded really well, especially after the first 2 innings.
And the Milwaukee Bucks are in action tonight, taking on the Dallas Mavericks, looking to stop a 3-game home losing streak. Milwaukee's gone 16-21 at home. This is the second time the two teams have faced off. The Bucks won 116-114 in the last matchup in November. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the Bucks with 30 points in that one. Tip-off tonight is at 7 p.m. This True Sports Update is brought to you by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. It's that time again every year for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we will be cleaning up the city of Milwaukee. Again, that's the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Bring the whole family, bring everybody. Clean up our city. Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is presented by Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District and sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffel's Cousin Subs, and Waste Management. 833-212-1017 is the number. Before we was just hanging out on the talking chat line, seeing what's going on. Let me double check my poll. 85% say yes, 15% say no. It's time for a park policy because we got mall policies. You see how well they worked, right? They just work so well. And so now we're gonna need a park policy. And we'll see what happens. Got to contact the sheriff's office and see what they're talking about. Have you noticed? Have you filed your taxes yet this year? So your tax return is gonna be pretty nice. Especially on overtime. Politico.com has a story. President Donald Trump's new tax deduction for overtime looks like a hit this filing season, and that's kind of shaping up to be a challenge for Democrats. Nearly 20 million taxpayers so far have claimed the break. Internal Treasury data shows, and Republicans created the allowance, a Trump campaign pledge, as part of a signature tax cuts the president signed into law last July. It's already more popular than well-known provisions like mortgage interest deduction. And part of that is you have to own a house. You have to own a house. Well, Republicans are gloating over having stolen their colleagues' working class thunder as they look to fend off Democrats in New York's midterm elections because they know midterms usually flip. Representative Mike Kelly, Republican from Pennsylvania, said, if I were them, I'd say, this is who we used to be. He's a senior member of the Tax Writing Ways and Means Committee, and they were always blue-collar people. Democratic lawmakers are divided over how to respond. For all their antipathy toward Trump's signature tax cut, some say they like the overtime provision. It's set to expire at the end of 2028. Oh, that's right. He didn't have the votes. It's set to end in the end of 2028, and some want to not only extend it, but make it more generous. Others are offering competing plans aimed at one-upping Trump with proposals to excuse people under certain income thresholds from even owing income tax. That I agree with, believe it or not. And some are skeptical of the Treasury's figures, wondering if many of the claims are illegitimate. So now you're just saying that because it's Trump. I get it. Representative John Larson, Democrat of Connecticut, said Trump is far more clever than people want to give him credit for. So far, the administration says the overtime deduction, which allows couples to deduct up to $25,000, has shown up on about 23% of returns. About 17% of taxpayers have claimed a new $6,000 per person deduction for seniors. Whoop, whoop. Other new deductions in Trump's tax law lag in comparison deduction up to $25,000 in tipped income appeared on only 5% of filings, and 1.1% of filers have taken the deduction up to $10,000 for car loan interest. You got to own a pretty penny of a car to pay $10,000 in interest. I'm just saying. So, though Republicans are cheering, many were initially skeptical, wanting to instead focus on lowering overall tax rates. But Trump ran on the deductions, and as a compromise, lawmakers made them temporary, setting them up to expire next year at the end of his term in office. So my question to you, 833-212-1017 is the number. Did you get a nice tax return this year? Did you get a nice tax return? I wonder. Because I know a lot of people, usually people are like, oh, I didn't get no money back. My money. This year, crickets. And I said to myself, that usually sounds like somebody that you didn't want, because that's how Republicans do, right? They take advantage of something Democrats do. They don't say nothing. They just be like, I'm not going to say nothing. Because then I'd be giving them praise. Well, Democrats are the same way about Republicans. I'm not going to say nothing, because if I say something, somebody might, shh, don't say nothing. And then taking home, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $12,000. Or all of their taxes back. It happens for some people. I think if you make under a certain amount of money, you should just not pay taxes. You should just, and I don't mean that lower. I mean like $25,000, $30,000. If you make $30,000 or less. No, I said that wrong. Under $30,000. So if you make $29,999.99, you pay zero taxes. Tax starts on the first dollar of $30,000. I could go with that. I could actually get with that. And then take that back, that tax rate, and then move it up so that everybody pays less. But that means we need to cut some really, 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 really fat programs that don't really do anything and really don't have an outcome and really don't change anything. Like, now, I'm going to say this. I don't think the Office of Wellness and Safety, or whatever the heck they call it, I don't think it's going to do anything. It hasn't done anything up to now, and it's not going to do anything then. They'll write a lot of grants, and they'll hire a lot of people, and they'll be on the street, but kids are still wilding out. Kids are still not going to school. Parents are still not raising their kids. So what good is it to have a 411 life when nobody's listening to them? Can we get 411 Life certified to be teachers and put them in schools? Or have 411 Life teach teachers? Oh, that's right. If you want to teach teachers, you have to be a certified teacher. You have to go into a school of education. You have to be special. You got to be in the clique. Okay. That's why we don't let business people teach. We know they can teach children to be millionaires, but, they're not teachers. Okay. Because it's always about the union, never the child. That's how we came up with new math, new writing, the answer's close. So that, right. Give me my change back at the store and be close and see what I say. See what I say. Quanda said, nope, I owe a number because of my independent contractor work. I get paid outright and responsible for my taxes on it at the end of the year. Let me tell you right now what you're doing wrong, Quanda. Can I help a sister out? Can you help a sister out? First of all, you make enough money to pay that amount of money, so stop. Number one. Number two, this is what I do. I'm not going to tell you what to do because I'm not a tax expert. I don't give advice over the radio, all that kind of stuff. What I do, especially because I do a lot of independent contractor work, I pay my taxes quarterly. So if you pay me $1,000, I calculate what I think my taxes are going to be for the year. You hear what I say? For the year, not for that check. And I calculate this is how much money I pay for the state. This is how much money I pay for the federal, and this is how much I pay in self-employment tax. And then you're credited back half of your self-employment tax. And that's it. And then I pay it, and then I wait, and I wait, and I wait. And that way you get credit as you go, and you're good. If you don't do that, they charge you more if you pay all of your tax at the end of the year. If you wait to pay your tax at the end of the year, you actually pay more. So it's better to pay it quarterly. Now remember, this is the Treasury Department who comes after you and makes you pay interest on money you owe them, but they keep your money all year, give you a refund, and pay you zero interest. Zero. Because that's how the system works. So I'm going to give you the advice that I give everybody else when they're doing it. Go. Get a book. I usually go to Barnes & Noble. One of them J.K. Lassiter or Laster, whatever the name of that book is. I forget the name of it. It's one of those big yellow books on taxes, right? Because tax season's over, right? But it's the book for this year. It'll be close next year. Read through the book, especially for the parts for owning your own business, self-employment tax. Read all those sections. Take your time. Read about, 15, 20 minutes a day, maybe 30 minutes a day. So you learn some of the things you can do that are deductible, the logs you need, the stuff you need to track, and be able to do that. And you'll save yourself a boatload of tax. I'm just saying. No, let me say that. I saved myself a boatload because that's how I do it. Now, how you do it, that's up to you. You do you. I would strongly suggest you call a tax professional. I mean, a tax advisor that has a number with the Internal Revenue Service. In other words, check with your friends to see who they go to and then go there. Just make sure they're reputable. Know what I'm saying? Okay. Bieber said, correction, nobody has gotten a grant to do Jack in Milwaukee since 2017. That's not true. Hey, talking. 77 said the purpose of taxes is to break even or owe the least amount possible. If you get a big return, you're paying too much in. That's correct. But remember, the tax laws have changed. So because they changed, the first year, you're going to get a windfall return, and then next year you adjust it by making sure you don't pay as much. Because I don't think people understand. If you divide $12,000, let's say your return was $12,000. That's $1,000 a month you would have had in your pocket during the year. So you want to work to make sure, and 77 is correct, you want to make sure you work and tweak it so you owe $2,500 or $800. You know what I'm saying? Get it down. And a tax professional can help you do that. A certified tax professional or just go to an advisor firm that has tax people there and talk to them. Watch this. Or you call IRS. They got free tax people. Well, I wouldn't call them, but because their job is to get as much money that you make out of your pocket. I'm just saying. Kwanda said, but it's paid, and that's what's up. And okay, thanks for that information, but that's the first and last time. And I did pay more. Well, that's because you made more. Mm-hmm. Sure did, because you made more. And that's okay. We have to understand something, right? In order to create wealth, and in order to have wealth, and in order to maintain wealth, you got to make more money. And if you make more money, you're going to pay more taxes. Stop getting mad about it and just plan on it. B. Bruce said, name one organization that's gotten a grant from the Office of Wellness. Well, if it's gotten, well, I don't know if you can call, I don't know if they got it when it was the new name, but 411 Life has a grant, got a grant from the city to do what they were doing yesterday at Moody Park. So there you go. Still waiting? Yeah, nobody. Okay, first of all, we're in delay. So if you send me something, I'm not going to get it in the time that you text it. You know what I'm saying? When we come back, we're going to check the poll. We're going to close it out and see what y'all say, whether or not we need, and it's time for a park policy.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
Redlining happened here. Some neighborhoods are still left behind. When decisions are made about our blocks, our homes, and our families, we deserve to be heard. The Milwaukee County Office of Equity and Empower invites you to help us tell the story of wealth by taking a short survey online. What do you need to build wealth for your family, business, or neighborhood? Take the survey and be entered in to win concert tickets, cash prizes, and more. Take the survey now through the end of March at mkestoryofwealth.com. That's mkestoryofwealth.com.
Discover your new favorite city, Milwaukee. Catch a sunrise over Lake Michigan. Sip your way through craft breweries. And dive into a dining scene that's turning heads. From museums and music to thrilling sports teams and buzzing nightlife, Milwaukee delivers all season long. Good things are always brewing on the Fresh Coast. The expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org have everything you need to fully plan every detail. Whatever it is you'd like to do in Milwaukee. Plan your trip today at visitmilwaukee.org.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's been a great day. Y'all better stay warm, though. It's looking like it's going to get a little wet outside, and who knows what's going to happen after that, Severe thunderstorms this afternoon. Still mostly cloudy, 49 degrees, feels like 45. Now the low tonight is 34. Winds are from the north at 9 miles an hour. So stay safe, be well. I will see you on, as they say, the flip-flop on tomorrow. And everything will be copacetic. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show's coming up, so I want to say thank you for being here. God bless. Be safe. Stay warm. Stay dry. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you. I'm out.
Be quiet.